why do you want to get married? Do you want to get married to him, or do you want to get married because that's what status quo tells you? Why even put yourself through that? You know what I mean?
Look at that deliciousness that I've made. Absolutely beautiful.
Hey roomies, I'm Jasmine Emerald, and today I'm bringing to you guys a nacho hot Cheeto mukbang. I'm about to put a hot Cheetos on. I believe I inserted a clip of what the nachos look like. I'm just gonna put some hot Cheetos on top real quick. That's the mood I'm in, bro. Hot Cheetos on nachos. And I've learned, like, I cannot do the hot Cheetos in the oven because otherwise they get really hard and they taste kind of stalish. So I have a decent amount of topics to talk about, but I'm gonna eat first because I'm really hungry. And yeah, I'm probably gonna be eating a decent amount of time. I've got to say my prayer. Guys, great guys, I'm saying for food bad. Y'all say thank you for day, but never say, man. But how are y'all doing? Oh, well, I'm planning. I'm about to do my thumbnail. I had to do a couple of thumbnails to see which one I'm gonna do. I love whenever I make nachos because they are so freaking good. I'll probably put the timestamp on the screen for when I actually start talking. Like, for real, for real. It's so good. Come on. Should have got a spoon. So good, bro. I'm so happy right now. And these nachos have chicken and ground beef in them. You know, if y'all want the recipe, let me know. Because everyone compliments my nachos. They want to ask for seconds and take them home. Even though it's really simple. Also, I thought about doing like cooking videos, like cook with me's, and then do a mukbang, but I don't know. I don't know if people would really be interested in that. Let me know if you would in the comments. Didn't you? I thought I was about to choke on a little bell pepper piece. got some Hot Cheetos left. Okay, let me drink some water. And I'll start talking. Alright, so now I'm about to get into the topic. I had to eat because I know what ends up happening is when I start talking in these mukbangs, because I'm not consistently eating, it's like my stomach gets full of like air from me talking, I guess, or just because I'm not consistently just eating, I feel like I get fuller quicker, so I have to eat right then and there and not talk. But alright, I have 3 topics I'm gonna talk about. This video probably gonna be kind of long, but anyway. So it says, the first one says, have you ever regretted waiting for someone? A guy I've been seeing recently asked me to be his girlfriend. He talks about his career. He's still in school building up his life, and so am I, and knows I want marriage sometime very soon. He says he sees a future together, and while we are working on our lives, he wants to do it together. But I wonder if it is worth waiting for something who I know does not want marriage until another 5+ years, whereas I'm ready for it. Okay, so I'm assuming within this story, the woman who is writing this is pretty much like, I'm 26 years old, I'm ready for marriage. Oh wait, I'm 25 years old, I'm ready for marriage, whereas my significant other probably wants to be a bit more stable in life, and he wants to wait to get married when we're like in our early 30s maybe. So I feel like there's a few things missing in this. For example, like, I guess, so, okay. Firstly, how long have y'all been dating? Like, how long have y'all been in a relationship together? Have y'all ever lived together? Because I don't care what anyone says, I think it's very important to live with someone before you marry them, just because y'all may find out y'all incompatible with a lot of different things. It could be y'all physically incompatible, especially if y'all living in the same space. It could be y'all don't like the way each other operates as far as like cleaning or cooking or financially. It's just a lot of things you need to figure out and become aware of when you're thinking about marriage. Like, you should definitely live with someone before you get married, in my opinion. It's also the factor that, you know, when it comes to getting married and stuff, I feel like a lot of people put a lot of weight on a time frame, like, you need to get married within this amount of time, otherwise cut him off, give him an ultimatum, stuff like that. So for example, ooh, that's a plane. Anyway, I have met so many different people that have pretty much expressed, yeah, a guy has to marry me within 2 or 3 years, otherwise I'm breaking up with them. Now, again, it depends on what your situation is, especially like if you want kids. I completely understand you wanting to pop the babies out as soon as possible and everything, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, you know, I just feel like if a man gonna ask you to marry him, he is. If he isn't, he isn't. In this situation, honestly, if you kind of heard, like, the person already said, I would like to get married right here, right now, or at least sometime, I guess, in my middle, late 20s, and the guy is like, nah, I want to get married when I'm like 31 plus years old. Honestly, I mean, I guess y'all already had the talk, and it's up to you if you want to leave or not. Do you think you would be okay with staying with someone for some more years and getting married in your 30s? Or, you know, do you want to actually do that now? But keep in mind, if you date somebody else, you're going to have to learn them. You're going to have to go through things all over again with them, which is completely fine. It's nothing wrong with starting a new path and starting a new life with somebody else, but just keep that in mind, because that could also push you back too, but it could also bring you closer to whatever it is that you want. And I think it's just really important to evaluate your overall relationship goals, like both of you guys. Like, do you have legitimate relationship goals together? I understand that the guy was like, you know, he wants to work on both of you guys completing your goals together, but at the same time, it's like, I guess if it's a financial reason as to why he doesn't want to get married, that makes sense. So for example, if you are a person that wants a wedding, you know, you would need to save money. Or if you guys want to have a house before you get married, you would have to save money and then buy the house. You know, it's just a lot of different aspects to think about. I know I used to be a person that was very much, a guy has 3 years to propose to me, otherwise they aren't serious about me. But when I ended up meeting my fiance, well, not necessarily meeting him because we know each other since high school, but when we actually got involved into a relationship with each other, the aspect kind of went out the window for me, mainly because I was just genuinely happy. Like, he made me happy in every aspect, so I wasn't really concerned about getting married because I just knew it was going to happen. Like, I didn't have any anxiousness or anything about him or about the situation, which is the first time that's ever happened to me. And I just knew for a fact that we were going to get married. We were just taking steps differently from the way other people did. So, for example, we dated for 3 years. We dated for 3 years. Then we moved in together. Then he asked me, he was like, do you want to get married first, or do you want to get a house first? And this was during the pandemic. I was like, boy, I want to get a house first because this is the lowest the house market gonna be. Our rent is gonna go up next month. So, I mean, not next month, but next year. And I was like, it just makes sense to get a house first, and then we can get married later because I know we're gonna be together regardless. And he was like, okay, bet. So we got a house, and then this year we ended up getting engaged, which I'm really happy about. I actually made 2 videos about it, but you know, I feel like and this is going on our 7th year of being together. And some people would say that's a long time to not get married, but with the way we think, we logically plan things out a certain way, and we both plan them out the same way. So it worked for us. And again, I had no doubt in my mind about him. Now, there's also the factor that we don't want kids. So, you know, it would be different if I did want kids, maybe. Potentially. I don't know. Probably not. It probably would have still been the same. But I don't know. I just feel like in this situation, you either gonna stay with him, and probably you gonna be the one that compromise. I'm not gonna lie. Or, and you know, hope that he wants to get married, you know, when he says that. Or you can stop talking to him and talk to somebody else. But again, it's like, I don't really know how long y'all have been talking, if you want kids, you know, like, why do you want to get married? Do you want to get married to him, or do you want to get married because that's what status quo tells you? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, that's what I'm thinking about when it comes to this whole thing. Let me know in the comments down below what y'all think about this situation, because I don't know, you know, if it was younger me, I probably would have stopped talking to him if it was younger me, but older me is kind of like, I understand wanting to be a bit more financially together before getting in getting married. I completely understand doing that when you're ready. And 25, 26 is still kind of young. And I know this sounds so bad, okay? But I do know a lot of people that I went to high school with that got married and divorced, and they got married and divorced within that range of like 24 to like 31. So, you know, it's something to think about. Not saying it would happen to you, but it's just something to think about, because some people will definitely, like, I know I saw, it's this one couple, right? Actually, it's a couple couples that are on my Facebook page. And last year, I saw them being all happily in love and stuff, sharing pictures, talking about how much they care about each other and all this stuff. And they're getting divorced this year, bro. And they were together for like 2 years. And that, like, it is so crazy to me how stuff like that happens, because it's like, what? You know, it's like, what happened to y'all being all lovey-dovey into each other, showing all these pictures? Like, I was invested in y'all joy and love, and now you telling me y'all getting a divorce, and y'all slandering each other on y'all Facebook pages. Y'all mutually agreed, but at the same time, I see an occasional bitter post from you two. You know, it's just stuff like that where it's like, just be mindful that I do feel like you should date someone for a couple of years, not just 2, not just 3, for some years before you get married. That's just my personal opinion, because my generation, millennials, I have never seen so many people break up so fast. However, you do got to keep in mind that a lot of us are very much like, we're not going to tolerate things. If we unhappy, we unhappy. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, some of those things you probably could have found out before y'all even got married, but that's just me putting my 2 cents out on a situation that I'm not personally in. So, ooh, I just blew my nose. But anyways, alright, so this is the next topic. Friends with benefits is getting serious with another girl. They share, friends with benefits told me today he is getting more serious with the girl he has been seeing. I was thankful for the honesty and assumed it was over, but then he said he wanted to keep trying. He wanted to keep having sex and wasn't ready to commit to her. Out of more of a curiosity, I asked what she looked like. He sent me a photo. She looks like a fitness model type. He then proceeded to go on about how many hot girls he can get after I jokingly told him that she was too good for him. I'll always take another woman's side. And I don't lie, he sounds like a pig. But anyway, wait. I just thought about something. She said she'll always take another woman's side. Like, I think it's real crazy to me that this person who wrote this said that she was too good for him, yet she's the one talking to him, being friends with benefits. Like, girl, to me, it's like you kind of just put yourself down, because aren't you too good for him to be in a friends with benefits situation? Anyway, so she said, I probably bruised his ego, but now I'm confused about the whole interaction, as it felt he was trying to prove something to me. If he's slaying multiple other hot chicks, why keep a regular friends with benefits, and why tell me about it if he isn't committing to her? I mean, if y'all are legitimately friends with benefits, he probably talking to you like a friend. And I feel like this is a thing too that a lot of people do not get about friends with benefits situations. There is the concept of what it actually is, and then what it supposedly is. You know what I mean? And usually friends with benefits are actually friends with benefits, in my opinion. However, most people are not really friends with benefits. They're just F-buddies. If we're being completely honest. Like, some people are not even friends. They literally started talking, started creating a little situationship, and the dude was like, let's be friends with benefits, and then the girl was like, yeah, okay, because that's usually how most of those situations go. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are some women out there that have probably initiated friends with benefits first, but you know, when it comes to stuff, it's like, your friends with benefits normally will talk to you about whatever alongside of the whole intimacy of it. And to me, it just sounds like this dude is an ass. It really just sounds like this guy is a whole ass, and he's interested in somebody else. And he was probably just giving you the heads up, like, yeah, I'm potentially probably not going to be as active if I'm getting serious with her. But at the same time, this is also giving side chick situation as well. Like, he was expressing, you know, I like the time I spend with you, I like the stuff that we do, but at the same time, I'm getting serious about somebody else. However, we should keep doing what we're doing. And I feel like that's more selfish, and like, honestly, I feel like you should probably let the situation go. Again, he was probably just sharing this information just to make it known, like, I'm going to be intimate with not just you. So if something comes up, no, I told you that I'm being intimate with more than one woman. I'm being intimate with you and this other girl. To me, that's nasty. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to tell somebody that they're talking to they want to do both, and then for you as a person to keep talking to them, only because it's, I don't know, I just feel like that's a dangerous situation to be in, because you don't know the other person that they're messing with, you know what I mean? And then it's also just the factor that you're willingly being the side chick. Like, that's the energy it's giving me. Like, he is trying to bring about a main chick, but he also wants to keep you on the sidelines where he can do whatever he wants to do with you. But what do y'all think? Like, how do y'all interpret that situation? You know, what would y'all do in a situation like that? I know I probably come off as judgmental, but at this day and age, like, people just be doing stuff with anybody, and it's like a lot of people don't be getting tested and stuff, so it's like you just don't be knowing what's out there, and you know, something could happen where you get something, and then it's like you gotta go through that. Like, why even put yourself through that? You know what I mean? Alright, speaking of side chicks, this topic is, if an ex asks you to be their side chick while they are just seeing someone who might or might not be their girlfriend, is this still wrong? It says, he reached out after months of no contact, and we've been asking each other if we are sleeping with, dating, talking to anyone. I admitted to him that I'm celibate. Was this a bad move? Absolutely not. It is not a bad move to tell someone that you used to mess with that you're celibate. Like, if that's the route you want to take, do that, but don't change and drop your journey of being celibate just because your ex pops back up, especially an ex that wants you to be his side chick, because that's giving disrespectful in my opinion. But it says, I also let him know that I have been on dating apps and talking to, even sexting with different guys, but haven't met anyone up. So I don't really know exactly what celibate means. I don't know if it means specifically you're not physically being intimate, or if it means both, you're not doing anything that is along the sexual aspect, because I don't know, when I think about celibacy, in my personal opinion, I'm assuming that the person is not doing anything. Like, they're not doing any messaging about being physical with someone. They're not actually being physical with someone. Like, they are not talking about it or initiating it, which initiating it could be talking about it. So, in my personal personal opinion, I don't think this person who wrote this is celibate. I feel like they just have not been active with anybody. That's just me. Especially based on what they previously asked. Like, was it a bad move to tell him that they were celibate? It's like, girl, if you celibate, you really celibate. But if you just haven't been intimate, like, that's not the same thing. Like, celibacy, well, to me, I feel like celibacy is like a choice. But if you haven't been active, I wouldn't say that that's being celibate necessarily, especially if you somewhat partaking in it, even if it's not physical. If that makes sense. But that's just my personal opinion. What are y'all thoughts about it? I don't know. Alright, so it says, he mentioned that he has slept with a few girls here and there during this break we had, and brought up one specific girl saying things like, she's just my B. We are just effing and flirting. When I then tried to clarify by asking, so this means technically you are not single, she is your girlfriend. He responded, I guess she is. I'm not completely single. Are you okay with that? So he's a whore. He's for the streets is what you're telling me. Girl, why are you even writing this? I am so sorry, but it's like, he just seems very disrespectful, and like, he doesn't care about either one of you guys, truly. Alright, so they say, I know there is a difference between seeing someone dating casually and doing all that, but the exclusive version. I should probably ask that instead, right? If he is in a relationship, if he has asked her to be his girlfriend, or even if they are just effing, is it exclusively? Is that what he means by not being completely single? Are these the questions I should ask, or are even okay to ask? I mean, you could ask whatever you want to, but to me, it's given he's not the right guy for you. He is an ex for a reason, you know what I mean? Because it's like, how are you partially single? And I guess my thing is, like I said in the other situation, to knowingly be messing with someone physically, like sexually, when you know that they are being intimate with other people, is very crazy to me, because again, unless people are regularly getting tested, you know, the people they messing with are regularly getting tested, that is just so crazy to me that people just be willy-nilly out here. Not to be judgmental, but I'm more so thinking of it from a health aspect. Like, bro, you just don't know. And then people lie too, so it's like, you really want to talk to your ex who pretty much said, yeah, I want you to be my side chick, I'm intimate with this girl, I really like this girl over here, but I still want to do you. No, like, girl, respect yourself. He is trash. Then they say, I've been trying to read on this platform and online in general about this. Apparently it's okay to still date, sleep around, and explore options if you're not in a serious committed relationship. That is the point of dating or something. It seems like that is what he is trying to figure out about the girl, whether or not he wants to pursue and be in a relationship with her, and maybe that's why he didn't really know how to answer. Am I totally off? Okay, so whatever you read on social media and stuff, take that crap with a grain of salt. Like, even when I'm saying take it with a grain of salt, because everybody has their own personal opinions and stuff like that, but it's like, you can't believe everything you hear. Even if it's a consensus, like, even if a lot of people are like, it's okay to cheat, that does not mean it's okay to cheat. Like, just because it's a groupthink session and a whole bunch of people, you know, agree, it's like, that does not mean it's morally okay. The thing is, don't get me wrong, when you're single, you can do whatever you want. However, I do feel like you should let people know, especially if you're being intimate with them, that you are being intimate with other people, because again, like, it's just so much stuff out there. And then it's also the factor of, you're asking all these questions. This person is asking all of these questions, but it's like, to me, it's giving you care a bit too much, and you potentially want something more with this guy, and you're celibate, supposedly. I'm just like, girl, you could do better. You could even find a better friends with benefits situation. And one thing I'm going to tell y'all, sometimes you will be in these situations where you will be having your attention on an ex or a friends with benefits situation. And while you focused on them, somebody else that could be a perfectly good fit for you could be passing you by. I've seen this happen so many freaking times where people will be talking to somebody they probably shouldn't be talking to, and then someone else who would probably be their person, like their future husband or wife, will walk right by them, be in their face for a moment, and then once they realize, oh, you're focused on somebody else, okay, I'm a dip. And it's like, girl, I'm not gonna hold you. Sometimes I feel like that's how people miss out on their dating, like the people that they should have been with, because you just never know what type of people you're gonna meet. And if you're wasting time on someone who is disrespectful or is selfish or who isn't trying to commit to you, especially if that's something that you actually want, it's like you're wasting time, potentially wasting a body. You're also potentially not growing and taking a step back. Because with this situation, it seems like this person is just going to double back. They're just trying to see if it's okay to do so. And again, to me, I'm just looking at the situation. Baby girl, no, this not it. This not it. This is not the person that you should be talking to. Especially if he talks about women this way. He's handling you this way where he wants you to be his side chick, girl. That's nothing about that is romantic, cute, shows respect. It's literally, I'm using you and I'm going to do what I want over here. Or the fact that he pretty much said that he's somewhat single, whatever. It's like, you're out here in these streets and you still want my body. You don't want to have an emotional connection to me. You just want the physical. That's it. Like, girl, do better. Go with somebody else. Like, you know, cut the strings on this guy because he's sad. Like, he's not it. He is not the one. And he does not deserve any part of you, in my personal opinion. But what are y'all thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments down below. I just know me personally. I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like younger me, I'm not gonna say younger me would have still been talking to somebody if they said something like that to me. But I feel like younger me would have potentially entertained something like that when I was like 19 or something like that. But it's, girl, no. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. And I honestly wish I knew how old these people were in this post, because that would even help me a little bit more. Because let's say they were younger, I would just be like, okay, chalk it up to this guy. He just want to be in the streets, getting life experience and stuff, and you're just trying to figure things out. I get it. Now, if they're older, so he clearly is a legitimate whore that doesn't care at all, and you are potentially naive. And again, I hate to be harsh, but sometimes it be like that, bro. I wish, well, I did have some friends that were, like, gave me tough love, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of ignored it because I was gonna do whatever I wanted to do. But I'm just saying, bro, like, don't be with somebody that wants you to be a side chick or tells you they just want to do you but have a commitment. You know what I mean? But let me know your thoughts on any of these topics that I discussed. Hope you guys like this nacho hot Cheeto mukbang. It was good. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I feel full. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out my other mukbangs and my other relationship dating topics of discussion. But stay blessed, stay positive. I'll be seeing you guys again soon.